government approves establishment of animal disease-free zones, targets making Nigeria leading destination for beef production. INEC urges public to disregard fake statements announcing date for commencement of continuous voter registration. And Nigeria Correctional Service refutes claims of poor inmate feeding. Hello and welcome to the news desk at 6 on NTA News 24. We are live in Abuja. I am Dennis Adegunloye. We'll begin with the passing of former Deputy Governor of Plateau State, Professor Sani Tioden, at the age of 74. Our correspondent Ndinyang Handeabagyang is in the deceased family home for an update. Hello Ndinyang, what is the general mood over there?
Dennis, we are in the deceased family house in Rayfield, Jos. I will tell you that the mood is solemn as the family and the entire state received with shock the news of the death of the former Deputy Governor of the state, Professor Sani Tioden. We were told he passed on at the Jos University Teaching Hospital during an illness. Among the first callers is the Senator Simon Lalong, who worked closely with the deceased as his principal. Other sympathizers have continued to troop to the family house to condole with members on what they described as a huge loss. Details of his burial will be made public by the family after due consultation with the state government. However, during his lifetime, Professor Tioden had served as head of Department Political Science in University of Abuja in 1990. He became Dean Faculty of Social Science in University of Jos in 2001 and was appointed Vice Chancellor, University of Jos in 2006. He was elected Deputy Governor of Plateau State in 2015 on the platform of the All Progressives Congress, APC, and served for 8 years under Senator Simon Bako Lalong.
And Ndinyang, I don't know if you've had a chance to speak with Senator Lalong. Has he been able to say anything about the deceased?
Yes, Senator Lalong is quite saddened because he had a faithful ally in Professor Sani Tioden because they had worked together for 8 years from 2015 to 2023, and so he was quite dedicated and diligent in his job, and unlike other places where you had deputy governors having a little issues with their principal, he was loyal. And he did his work as deputy governor to the best of his ability. He stood by former Governor Simon Lalong to the very end.
All right, Ndinyang, many thanks for giving us the update at the residence of the former Deputy Governor of Plateau State. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now, the federal government has approved the establishment of disease-free compartments and zones for the production of 1.2 billion doses of vaccines across board annually, with the National Veterinary Research Institute, JOS, taking the driver's seat. Yusuf Jika reports that this is to enable the nation to achieve the status as one of the safest and leading destinations for beef production, marketing and consumption in the world.
The National Veterinary Research Institute (VERM) has remained in the heart of the nation's livestock industry for decades, leading key research and discovery clinical solutions to animal diseases. During an inspection tour of some of the facilities at the Institute, Minister of Livestock Development, Idi Mukhtar Meha, said the temper for clinical surveillance, innovation, and vaccines will be prioritized.
This new ministry has already had a number of investment proposals from both local and foreign investors, particularly in the red meat industry. There is no way we can approach the international global market of red meat with zoonotic diseases all over the place. We have to be in the position to control all those endemic diseases in this country.
We are willing to turn things around. If given the enabling environment, provided with the facilities, we will work. We will make this institute great. We will make Nigeria great.
The minister also inspected the 200-capacity heifer cows Milkway Dairy Farm Bokos, where he promised to develop a roadmap and reviving the factory.
We must re-inject blood and rejuvenate this area. Milky Way Dairy Farm Bokos must work to provide jobs for our teeming youth, to provide the much-needed dairy for our families.
Definitely with the partnership we are going into with the federal government, as you have heard the minister say, we will revive this place.
A town hall interactive session was later organized in Mangu Town to encourage participation in livestock development and other critical aspects of the industry. In Jos, Yusuf Jika, NTA News.
The managing directors of the 12 river basin development authorities have reiterated their commitment to working in line with the federal government's agricultural policy towards meeting food security and socio-economic development. The managing directors, who made the pledge at the end of a two-day retreat, also agreed to work in strengthening collaboration to making the river basins a great economic booster for the country. Speaking on behalf of the Joint Appointee Forum and the Managing Director, Sokoto Rima Basin Development Authority, Abubakar Malam, said they would be transparent and accountable in all their dealings to turn around the river basins in the country. He said it was common knowledge that river basins had not been working on their mandate due to diverse challenges, saying with the new management in place, efficient delivery of set goals and objectives would be achieved. He stated further that the management team would harness the water resources potential of the various basins towards promoting aquaculture, irrigation farming, and promoting all-year farming. He urged the Nigerians to be optimistic that the river basins would support communities and interested private entrepreneurs in agriculture towards meeting the food security goal and wealth creation.
Deliberate steps to expand irrigated farmlands, equip farmers with modern agricultural skills, and the most value chain activities aim at increasing food production.
Development partners, we are sure of getting some equipment like tractors and mills and so many other equipment that we know can boost food production.
Meanwhile, Nasarawa State Governor Abdullahi Sule says the economic reforms initiated by President Bola Tinubu have significantly improved revenue at the subnational level and reset the country for sustainable growth. At a stakeholders' engagement in Lafia, Governor Sule assured that the subnationals will use the increased revenue to improve the lives of the people and fix infrastructure deficits. Aliu Tijani reports.
A convergence of people across all strata of the society, with Minister of Women Affairs Iman Suleiman Ibrahim, former Attorney General of the Federation Abubakar Malami, and former Governor of the state Senator Umaru Tanko Almakura, among others in attendance, as issues of leadership and development top agenda of discussion. The convergence is also to celebrate Secretary to the state government, Labaran Shaibu Magaji, where Governor Sule uses the event to dispel rumor of the planned exit of CPC bloc from the APC, describing it as false, reassuring that APC remains united to supporting the administration of President Bola Tinubu that is committed to economic growth and development of the country.
We are commending the president Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu for what he's doing. That's why some people are trying to take away some of our people, some of the good people. When they check and see a good person is there, they want to take him away. When they see this one, they want to take you away. You are not taking Maleme away. He's going to be with us. He's not going anywhere.
Nasarawa State holds an immense potential with its strategic location, the rich natural endowments, and the youthful population. It is well positioned to become a model of inclusive growth and innovation.
To everyone gathered here today, your presence is a powerful affirmation of our shared values of excellence in governance and transparency in what we do in governance.
Conversations revolves around leadership recruitment across all strata of government as speakers identify integrity, vision, capacity as some of the requirements needed in leadership recruitment, which Nigerians must look out for during elections. In Lafia, Aliu Tijani, NTA News.
The Independent National Electoral Commission INEC says it has not announced a date for the resumption of the continuous voter registration exercise, transfer and replacement of lost permanent voter cards. Statements by the Chief Press Secretary to the INEC Chairman, Rotimi Oyekami, says the public should disregard the fake anonymous statements making the rounds, claiming that the CVR and other associated services will resume on May 27th. The Commission will officially announce the date for the resumption of the continuous voter registration at the appropriate time. Meanwhile, the Confederation of APC support groups has urged communities to cooperate with security agencies in winning the war against banditry, kidnapping and terrorism in parts of the country. The group, led by its Director General, Professor Kelani Mohammed, said Nigeria's ungoverned spaces are vulnerable routes, but community efforts are critical in fishing out and neutralizing criminal syndicates terrorizing Nigerians. The Director General appealed to state governors to support operations of the Civilian Joint Task Force in completely mitigating the level of insecurity challenges.
They are working wonderfully to see that we wipe out banditry, kidnapping, and other assorted crimes in our society. But truly speaking, we need assistance. These boys, nobody pays them money. It's just a sacrifice. America and its allies to leave our president alone. That was what we did 2 days ago. Let him concentrate. The remaining 2 years, we voted him. He won election.
The group advised foreign interests to desist from meddling in the affairs of the Nigerian state and urged citizens to ensure the large potential in human and material resources is spread across the country. Well, the Nigeria Police Force continues to record major breakthroughs in its fight against crime through intelligence-led operations nationwide. A statement by the force notes that in separate incidents, operatives killed 3 notorious bandits, rescued 2 kidnapped victims, arrested 9 suspected kidnappers, and recovered a significant cache of arms and stolen vehicles. The statement adds that in Benue State, police operatives acting on credible intelligence engaged groups of bandits in a gun battle near the Tsegondo axis in Sankera. The suspects were reportedly planning attacks on security agencies. 3 bandits sustained fatal injuries and later died in hospital. Recovered from the scene were 2 locally made firearms and live cartridges. Similarly, in Delta State, the CP Special Assignments Team arrested a suspected serial car snatcher Henry Okwo, and recovered a pump-action gun and 2 suspected stolen vehicles. In a separate operation, 2 confirmed cultists were apprehended with Beretta pistols and ammunition. Following a kidnapping in Agbaro on April 26th, operatives rescued 2 victims from Uwamia Forest, arrested 9 suspects, and recovered multiple firearms and cartridges. This is the News Desk at 6 on NTA News 24. More reports in a moment. Stay with us. Welcome back. The Nigeria Correctional Service refutes recent claims of poor inmate feeding, calling them recycled, misleading, and untrue. A statement by the Service Public Relations Officer Abubakar Umar explains that feeding of inmates is guided by the Correctional Service Act of 2019, with meals meeting health standards and monitored by ration committees. The service also confirms a new 1,125 Naira daily feeding rate per inmate, approved by the federal government to reflect current economic realities. Independent bodies, it says, including civil society and international partners, regularly inspect facilities, and none has reported such dehumanizing conditions. Umar urges the public to verify claims and avoid sensational reporting that undermine ongoing reforms and the dignity of the system. Nature is God's gift to mankind, but when the gift carries with it the storms of life, devastation, pain, and agony are few words to describe the experience. Well, this is the sad tale of some residents of Ikot, Ekpene local government area, Akwa Ibom State, after the heavens opened and sent down the rain accompanied by storms this weekend. Kelvin Samuel tells us more.
And everything has been destroyed, even my hotel, and we...
Houses, trees, economic trees, farms are destroyed. Like solar lights pulled down. Like my compound, my family house has been destroyed totally.
Everywhere you go across the Ikot Ekpene local government area, the story is the same. The rains came with heavy storms, and homes, churches, schools, and roads were not spared.
It took so many years, over 16 years, to build this house. But in less than 30 minutes, everything collapsed. Government should come and help us, please.
That rain started. It broke the fence of Federal Government College and scattered all my house and break everything and break down my GP tank.
Unfortunately, a 78-year-old widow, Helen Ododo, managing her mud house like many others, was not also spared.
When I was inside the sleep, I just want to put water outside. Now to breathe. Even if one fall me there, now to breathe. I just run. Go, my sister, please.
For many residents, how much of the impact of the disaster can be addressed by concerned government authorities and good-natured individuals? Is help on the way for victims?
I believe that government is going to do something for them. Take these trees as shade, and we didn't believe that it can bring this kind of havoc. And the kind of storm, when storm comes, nothing can stop it. So I believe that whatever precautions we are going to take is to make sure that things like this does not happen again around here.
Our appeal is for intervention, immediate intervention in the girls' hostel to safeguard the children, in the classroom so that normal lessons will resume, in the staff quarters also, so that the teachers will have a roof over their heads.
What began like just another rainy evening on May 2nd has become a painful memory in the heart of many as they pray and hope for possible urgent intervention. However, what is not certain is the fate of the rest of the city as torrential rainfall seems to be in its early days. What lies ahead in coming days and months as regards rainfall patterns can only be imagined. From Ikot-Ekpene local government area of Akwa Ibom State, Kelvin Samuel, NTA News.
Well, sharing the news desk at 6 on NTA News 24, here's a recap of our major stories. Federal government approves establishment of animal disease-free zones, targets making Nigeria leading destination for beef production. INEC urges public to disregard fake statements announcing date for commencement of continuous voter registration. And Nigeria Correctional Service refutes claims of poor inmate feeding. Nigerian journalists will have to safeguard press freedom while embracing technological innovations such as artificial intelligence. Suleiman Abdul Wahab reports that the Executive Secretary, Nigeria Press Council, Dr. Dili Izuga, stated this during an event to commemorate this year's World Press Freedom Day.
We can lie, we can create falsehood with AI. The choice is ours.
Speakers warned that careless use of AI, whether by media outlets or individuals on social media, could lead to spread of misinformation and distort public focus. They emphasized the need for vigilance to ensure national priorities are not misrepresented or overlooked.
What makes you a journalist is that you have your viewpoint, you have the way you write. So anything that limits your ability to express yourself, the way you want to express yourself, is curtailing your freedom.
Some may see it otherwise with the coming of the digital media. And the digital media has given a lot of the voiceless voices. But sometimes when you go into cyberspace, what you see is a jungle.
Media houses were also urged to invest in staff training focused on AI ethics and responsible content creation.
When you use AI to hack people, remove the authentic people sources and put your own face or that of another person is fraud.
The call also pointed out the media vital role in safeguarding truth in the age of AI. It was also extended, particularly medical students were also cautioned against misusing AI to cheat in examinations.
I want to appeal to Nigerian developers of AI to think now or begin now to indigenize the AI, to create a Nigerian AI.
The gathering concluded with a renewed commitment to balance, accurate and responsible journalism in Abuja. Suleiman Tobu Abdul Wahab, NTA News.
Turns and twists have continued in the build-up to the election of a new pope at the Vatican, a few days to the conclave. In the latest developments, reports say Filipino Cardinal Luis Antonio has now replaced Italian Cardinal Pietro Parolin as the new favorite to become the next pope following the death of Pope Francis on April 21st. What has happened since the pope's burial and what is expected on the road to the conclave? Well, Charles Alpha will tell us all about it.
Pope Francis died on April 21 at the age of 88, after 12 years as the leader of the Roman Catholic Church. His death triggered a period of mourning and the commencement of the intricate process to elect his successor. In accordance with long-standing tradition, a 9-day period of mourning known as Novemdals commenced. This period is marked by special masses and prayers by cardinals from around the world. Beginning shortly after the funeral, the College of Cardinals commenced a series of meetings known as General Congregations. This pre-conclave served several crucial purposes. Cardinals discuss the state of the church and the challenges facing it. While direct campaign is prohibited, these discussions allow potential candidates to emerge and for the cardinals to gauge suitability. As the world awaits the white smoke that will signal the election of Pope Francis' successor, many actions and inactions have taken place, which is stepping down of a cardinal following allegations, while Vatican doubt till ill, not participating due to ill health. Now, in the latest development, reports said Filipino Cardinal Luis Antonio has replaced Italian Cardinal Pietro Parolin as the new favorite to become the next pope following the death of Pope Francis. The odds released by British bookmaker William Hill had former Archbishop of Manila Tagle as the favorite at 9/4, that is 30.8%, ahead of Parolin, currently the Vatican Secretary, who is at 5/2, that is 28.6%. They are followed by Ghanaian Peter Turkson at 5/1, that is 16.7%. Archbishop of Bologna, Matthew Zuppi, with 11/2, 15.4%. Hungarian Primate Peter Edor with 7/1, 12.5%. Latin Patriarch of Jerusalem, Pai Battista Pizzaballa at 18/1, 11.1%, and Guinean Cardinal Robert Sarah with 10/1, 9.1%. This is a noticeable reversal from the odds William Hill offered on April 25, when it had Parolin in the lead with 5/2, that is 28.6%, followed by Tagle with 11/4, that is 26.7%, and Turkson with 11/2, 15.4%. A strict priest, a missionary, a Lutheran convert, another report has said, are all considered front runners to be the next pope. It said there are no official candidates for the papacy, but some cardinals are considered papabile or possessing the characteristic necessary to become pope. But if Tagle, who currently heads the dicastery for evangelization, is elected, he will be the first Asian to be the pope. Charles Alpha, NTA News.
And that concludes the news desk at 6 on NTA News 24. Thanks for watching. I am Dennis Adegunloye.
Information with no verifiable source presented as